if you're new here, I'm Arthur. Today I wanted to film just a little get ready with me and show you guys my spring skincare routine. I've bought a few new products, so I wanted to show you guys that. And I've also gotten a few comments on my skin recently, so hopefully this can show you guys the improvement. So with spring, everything I'm going to be using is a bit more lightweight and not too heavy on the skin, because for me, I have combination skin, more leaning towards oily. I have oily areas mainly in my T-zone, so my forehead and then my nose and a little bit on the top of my cheeks, and then I get quite dry skin towards the bottom of my cheeks, meeting my jaw and a bit on my chin. Keep that in mind when you're looking at these products if you're thinking about getting it for yourself. But yeah, we'll get right into it. So first things first is that this sea salt spray on my hair. I have quite flat hair and I've been thinking about getting a perm for a little bit, but not a super tight perm. I mean, just kind of a bit more wavy and something just to add a bit of texture. I don't know, maybe I'll get it when I go back to Asia. For the time being, I've been using this sea salt spray that I got just in the drugstore in Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to let it air dry. I can't actually see the camera anymore, so I hope I look okay. Now we're actually going to be starting the skincare part. We're first going to go in with this oil cleanser. This is the Beauty of Joseon Ginseng Cleansing Oil. When I was younger, first starting to get into skincare, I was really confused by the concept of oil cleansing on an oily face. It sounded really contradictory because oil cleansers are oil based and you're just putting more oil on your face. I had the kind of same mindset when it came to moisturizers as well. I didn't really fully understand the purpose of moisturizers before. When I oil cleanse, I mainly target my nose. This is the major area of where all my oil comes from. I also used to see trends going around of people doing 10-minute oil cleansings, rubbing their oil cleanser in for 10 minutes straight. It was like a big trend I remember in 2022. Before you clean it off, add some water into your hands. Basically gonna emulsify the oil cleanser. Go from the transparent oil cleanser to a more translucent white. With the face still very damp, I'm going to be going in with the second part of the double cleansing with my water-based cleanser. This is a foam cleanser by CeraVe foaming cleanser, and this one is for normal to oily skin. Washed off all the cleanser. If I'm doing this in the evening, this is typically where I do my serum. I will either do this serum by, I'm not sure it's, I'll put the name right here. I'll either do that or I'll do a nice face mask. My favorite face masks at the moment has been the Cica X Care VT Cica face mask. I think that's what it's called. As a guy, I have a bit of a bigger face and usually a lot of face masks don't fit onto my eyes or don't fit around my nose, or they're a bit too small around the mouth and it's a bit uncomfortable when I'm using it. So, and also, oftentimes I find that face masks leave your face feeling quite sticky afterwards, but I found that those face masks don't. Instead of physically feeling that you have a serum and like essence on your face afterwards, you just feel hydrated. Recommend those face masks. I've been using them for a while. I think I'm on my 5th pack. Moving on to moisturizer, I'm going to be using the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty cream. I'm just going to get a little amount with this spatula, and it's a water-based moisturizer, and you can see how light the moisturizer is, which is perfect for my skin. It doesn't feel heavy, especially around the areas that I get oily. Like I said, I used to think moisturizers were useless. As someone who has oily skin, I was so confused by why I needed to add more moisture onto my face. But when I started using moisturizers, that was when I found that my skin actually properly improved. I had really bad acne in high school, especially around when I was 16, and it got better when I turned 18. And then when I came to university during my first year, it got really bad again because of stress and just kind of learning to live in a new place, and that kind of overall toll on my mind just made me break out a lot. But I also think it was because the UK has hard water. I think that was a bit of a big difference on my skin. So now for the most important step of this whole entire thing, I'm using my sunscreen. This is the One Thing Cica B5 sunscreen. As you can tell, as someone who has acne prone skin, I love my cica. I showed the sunscreen on a video when I first got it, and this has genuinely been a godsend. I just love lathering this all over my face, and it doesn't leave much white cast. My favorite thing about it is that it just gives you a glow. I like to use this tinted sunscreen. It's SPF 50. I got this in some makeup store in Hong Kong. I'm actually not sure who the brand is. It's called the Physical Illuminating Sun Cream in a natural beige. Put this on my cheeks and my chin. And then I go in with just a little bit of concealer around my nose, my red areas, also under my eyes. I'll put just a little bit there around my nose. And I'll just use my fingers to dab it in. I recently went to the Japan House exhibition gallery in Kensington. I've been really liking ceramics, and I found that a lot of the ceramics that I was particularly drawn to were the ones from Kyoto. They just have a lot of nice earthy tones. Very last but not least, I use a tiny bit of blush. This is the 17 blush drops. So this one is super pigmented. Like, you can just see how pigmented that is, but I'll just put it like that. And I'll also just put a little bit at the edge of my eyes to kind of pull everything together. But yeah, that was everything. I have come a long way with my skincare routine, but it's not exactly perfect just yet. It will become perfect soon. Have an amazing day, an amazing week, and an amazing month, and an amazing year, and yes. Alright, I'll catch you guys next time.